Good morning, Nuggets. It's your favorite TT from Divine Me 1111 Spiritual Guidance, and I hope you all are doing well. If you need to get in contact with me, the information will be down in the description box below. Pisces, you have the opportunity to get a $10 30-minute reading from me. The season of Pisces, so go ahead and take advantage of that if you choose to. We had the full moon in Virgo last night during Pisces season, and of course, for me, it's the being clear about your emotions, how you feel about things when it comes to how you show up in the world, being clear about how you navigate the 3D world and ground everything that you are as far as how you show up for yourself, who you are for you, and how that reverberates out to others. And when I tell you, it has been completely it's been eye-opening. And as you all know, ascension symptoms and all of that whatnot is very exhausting, and you need to make sure that you take time for yourself to understand what you're going through. And if you are an empath, you're a sensitive person, feeling all of that energy outside of you, but doing what is best for you in order to manage and maintain it. I did and I don't usually do this because I'm not really into mixing energies in that nature, but something I very much needed to do. And the person that I did this meditation with, I trust her energy. She does not come off as a person that is malicious in any way. She could very well possibly hurt your feelings, but what she says makes sense, and it is said in a way that is not to hurt your feelings as much as it is to speak clear and direct and not sugarcoat and fluff. And that one of the spiritual guides on YouTube been talking about her quite a bit lately, and it's Emmy Evolving, Emmy Evolving. And she did a guided meditation, and this actually popped up randomly. It was actually a guided meditation she did on inner child healing, and it was posted 2 years ago. And I was like, well, definitely looking to make sure that I am a whole person going into the next chapter of my life. And healing inner childhood wounds for me was a big thing, because your childhood affects your adulthood, and it does so greater than we all realize. What we go through in our childhood, what we experience, we hold on to that, and at times things that we've gone through in our childhood, we take into our adulthood because we haven't healed it. We just learn how to um, survive with things. And you cannot just survive. I'm learning that it's not just about survival, it is about thriving and growing and expanding and being in your truest self, and respecting yourself enough to say, all right, my life right now is as I have allowed it to be. So if I want it to change, I have to take on the responsibility again as the person that is the dictator of my life, and rather than allowing that responsibility to fall on the outside world, taking responsibility for that. Now, I am in no way, in no means, saying that other people's actions don't affect us or shouldn't affect us, because they do. That's just the reality of it. But I am saying that, we take responsibility. And I am also very much in the spirit of, if you have not been through it, you cannot talk about it. You can talk about it from the perspective that you know it from, such as, I'm going to give an example and I might step on some toes, and it's okay. It's not from a place of malice, it's from a place of love. If you are a single and only child, you cannot speak to people who have siblings as if you know what they're going through, because you don't. You can have close relationships with cousins and friends and things of that nature. Even if you were a person that lived in a household as a single child but still had step siblings, you cannot speak from the perspective of living with siblings and a parent. You can speak from the place of being an only child and observing from that perspective. But you cannot tell someone, not to do something because of how you were raised. Just as I can't tell you how to govern yourself in the experience of being an only child, because I've not been one. I've not been one as far as we'll say I guess, I don't know. I was an only child up until the age of about 4. And when you're 4 years old, being an only child at that time, not really, you don't really comprehend or understand being an only child, especially when the majority of that time is spent with other children very, very close. So that is where I come from. In any instance, the place that I speak from is that of a daughter, of a sister, of a cousin, an auntie. I don't speak from the place of a mother, because I've never been a mother. I don't speak from the place of again, an only child, because I've not experienced that. So just taking in those kinds of understandings, we can give grace. There is a space to give grace and speak from a place of experience rather than speaking from a place of observation. this energy has brought on very big releases. It's bringing in very big releases. And some of these things are huge tower moments. I mean, just, you know, families being ripped apart. That whole stance in the Bible as far as again, you know, the Genesis, I can't remember with which where did I put it? Anywho, in Genesis where God tells Abram to get away from his kinsmen because they are not on the same understanding and recognition of spirituality and divinity as he is, so he has to go his way. And also, you know, just coming into the awareness of who you are and releasing things that have been put upon you, things that you have yourself taken on, in the respect that a lot of the things are not your responsibility, and seeing your place and purpose in a proper perspective. I at first took on this task as, you know, just wanting to be helpful, really, just wanting to be helpful, but also I realized it was from a place of ego, because in all honesty, this was also about me, period. It's just also about me and learning myself and giving to others what I have been given, or the way that I understand it. And in, you know, doing this and putting out this information and being as vulnerable as I allow myself with this, it's just very it's been very eye-opening. Learning to hold my own peace and not having to have other people be that for me, because everybody is not going to be your peace. They can't, because they don't have peace within themselves. So coming into that understanding that it's not all about me, and trying to balance that, trying to come into the understanding of that. I saw a post this morning. One of my cousins said that he didn't know if he was something to the effect of, he didn't know if he was battling or fighting his demons, or if he was getting along with them, something to that nature. And to that, my response was, I believe that we're supposed to understand and look at our demons, because if we don't, other people can trigger those and we don't even know why. So ignoring that kind of hurt, because that's really what our demons are, is hurt, and mechanisms that we've encountered to be in, you know, survival and protection mode. And for me, that's just like profound within itself, because, you know, nobody wants to believe themselves to be a bad person. Nobody wants to intentionally hurt other people, but we are all functioning from a place of our own experiences, our own life histories. So that's, something I had to go through and do this weekend was really look at the things that hurt me and where I come from, in that place where I wanted to be embraced. So doing that inner child guided meditation, I went and hugged my inner child. I went and gave her the love and the understanding that she didn't receive. And it was quite therapeutic, quite healing. I do also understand that I need to make sure that I revisit that place and space until my outside world reflects the same as my inside world. And to be completely transparent and honest, when I come on here, when I do my light work, it kind of separates itself in that you all see the smiling, happy, upbeat, uplifting part of TT, and behind the scenes, and actually right now, just to throw a little bit of explanation to the black screen, it uploads faster and I can do a lot more when I don't have to worry about the vanity of what I look like to other people. You can just hear my voice and get the message rather than what is going on in my surroundings and looking at my face as a distraction. We're just gonna get the message. So but doing all of this work, it's been eye-opening, of course, and it has been my own journey, but it's doing so from a place of learning and understanding myself, and then also bringing other people into that part of the inviting other people into that journey for themselves, not me fixing anything, because I'm handling and healing myself as we speak, which we all are. And also coming into the understanding that whoever it is that you align with is who you align with. But being responsible for your own actions, for your own manifested state. I realized how much of my energy I was giving away to help other people manifest, and I was not doing so and giving that same energy into myself and helping myself manifest. I want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to be in their highest heart and doing exactly what it is that they are called to do. And very much wanted to be a helper in that, which is the reason why I love being a personal assistant, because I felt like I was helping someone else achieve their goal. And that helped me, but the relationships that I was doing those in, I was not also being compensated with the same faith and the same energy. And that was very hurtful for me. And it still is very much. It still is very much. Um, Going through the experience that I've gone through, I know for a fact that I have not gone through a tenth of some of the things that other people have gone through, but I do know that my experience is my own. And still have to be sure that I validate my own experiences and not just passing them off because other people have had it worse. That's not that's not healthy for anybody, because then that breeds resentment and more hurt, and then more things to um, to have to overcome. And again, it's that, taking responsibility for myself and understanding that I govern my life and invite things and repel things as my experiences allow as I allow my experiences to dictate that. So I've cut off a lot of things that I love to do because of the way I interpreted how other people saw me. And taking responsibility of that is a grand task, because nobody wants to be wrong. And casting off victim mentality and taking on the responsibility of saying, okay, I allowed this, I put myself in this situation, what am I going to do to change it? It's not easy. It is not easy, but it is also a necessity. Because if you want other people to be responsible for their actions, why are you not being responsible for yours? So, and also understanding that we all work together purposely. We all lift each other and are mirrors to each other purposely, so that we can grow and that we can come into understandings of love, light, purpose, and all of that wonderful stuff. Spirituality for me has been a savior and a tower. Opening myself up to the understandings and the energies of more than just Christianity is not something that a lot of people are able to do, and it is very scary to the it's intimidating to people who are not on that level of consciousness. And it's not to say that anybody is better off or worse. It's just what it is. Some of us are called to do this work, and it's not easy. But it is your purpose, and when you're purposed to do something, there's nothing you can do to stop yourself. I am so not in the mood to be emotional right now. I have had to allow things to just be. And it is not easy. It's not easy. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. I know it's been a minute. It's a pause, but very emotional right now. Very, very emotional. And the thing is it's coming into understanding that we all have our own journey, and we all have things that we are called here to do. So you do it, and you allow God to just move in the manner that is best for everyone, so that we all learn, we all grow, we all are successful in our lives. However we see that, not allowing other people's perspective of what should be successful for us to dictate how we see ourselves. And being sure to value how you see yourself over how other people see you, and knowing that the way that they see you more often than not is for their benefit and not for the growth of the connection between the two of you. It's not. This spiritual journey has separated me and my family really, really, to the point where one of the people that I love most in this world thinks that I hate her, and I can't. I could never hate her. I don't deal with her because I have to be respectful of what she believes, but I also understand that that is our journey right now. And the level of responsibility I have for myself and what it is that I am called to do here is more important than how one relationship is perceived. I have to do what I feel that God is calling me to, and I have to also remember that I have to allow her to do that as well. And whatever that entails for the both of us, divine has guided this for this moment. And I know that it is for the good of both of us, but it does not mean that it doesn't affect me. Just as I'm sure, if it affects me this deeply, it affects her too. But it is what it is. The conversations go as they go. So, anywho, my apologies for that super personal moment. Do everything, no matter what, with the highest level of love and allow God to just show you and reveal to you each day more and more your place, your space, and not just allow God to reveal it to you, but go after it. Whatever it is that is purpose for you, that fire in your belly, that passion that you have for it, it won't die. It can't. You can't extinguish it. It just is. And you feed and fuel that. And no matter what happens, it's all okay. Allow people their hurt. I mean, you don't have any other choice but to allow that. Because if you do, when you get into it, you step into it, it's going to affect you and how you do things. And that's not, necessarily a good thing. It gets you off track. It takes you off of your space and your plan and purpose for your life and what God has for you. So, this energy is exactly what, we've been, hearing and seeing it to be the last couple of months. And this is the big reveal. Going into spring is the big reveal. The things that have to fall away. The things that have to change are going to change. That is the constant change. The thing is how you deal with those changes. Because either you're going to change and evolve with what's happening, or you'll be left behind. And I think that is the revelation. That is the resurrection. That is Jesus's return, is his consciousness, our understanding that we have the strength, power, grace, and ability to be just as effective in individual lives as Jesus did and impacted us to this day. No matter if you believe in Christianity or believe in Jesus and that whole story or what have you. And it does not matter if you believe in that or not. It is the awareness of being the authority of your own life and your own existence, being the savior of your own life and your own existence. And I don't quote the Bible as I read it because, for one, I don't remember all of it. That's one. But two, I find that you can be in the church and be in a pew for 30 years and still not grasp the concept of what Jesus was teaching. And that is governing your own life through the understanding of who you are and the power that you hold within yourself. And not allowing other people to dictate to you what that means for you. It's a lot of changes. And once these changes happen, once these things, these truths come to surface, and these are not just personal things. There's a lot going on the global scale. There's a lot going on around the world that we are finally coming into the understanding of that the truth is going to be shown no matter what. You can sugarcoat it, you can try to hide it and, lie about it, but truth is truth. And truth is in the eye of the beholder. Because if you don't know something, how do you know, it's truth? If you just don't know it yet. So get in the space of not taking things personally, but also understanding that other people need grace just as you want grace, and realizing that we are all responsible for our own healing. It's not anybody else's responsibility to take on what is what is for you to work on. So it just has to be what it is, Nuggets. It really is. It just has to be what it is. And then just be like, God, okay, I surrender. Whatever it is that you're calling me to do, whatever it is that I am purposed here for, I surrender to it. But I also, in surrendering to it, take charge and responsibility for showing up as you call me to show up. That's all I got, Nuggets. Thank you for listening. If you have been listening to the very end, I appreciate it. I love you. I love you from my soul. And I send you all blessings and light.